Hi, let's talk today about debugging your JavaScript code. In one of the previous videos on this channel, you might have seen the DevTools overview. If not, I highly recommend you to follow this link and check it out. So, let's dive deeper. Today, you learn the Chrome DevTools power, as well as my own approach to debugging itself, several techniques and advices of my personal professional experience. I believe Atom with the plugins already installed on your computer and you are ready to start the development. Otherwise, you can find out here why do I prefer Atom.
Open a debugger by pressing F12 button. Now you can see the Docker. Its position can be changed if necessary. You can leave it as it is, shift to the right, or even open in a separate window. You can enable the device emulation mode and resize a viewport in order to match different screen resolutions. Now, all three areas are available: Elements, Sources, and Console. In Console, you can select the Preserve Log checkbox, so it'll keep all logs even after pages reload. It might be useful during the work with AJAX requests. Instead of using the console log function, you can utilize console table function. It makes the output more accurate and readable. After that, I select More option in the menu, More Tools, Rendering Setting. Here they are. Let's enable Flash Paint, Redraw areas. In every Redraw Repaint event, I can see not only the made changes, but also the particular page areas affected. Show Scrolling Perfs option for mobile shows page areas affected by a touch event. At the Source tab, I can find Trace call stack. Its value hardly can be overestimated, especially when an error came out from nowhere. With help of Trace call stack, I can find the point of issue. Moreover, a sync stack trace and current scope can be found here. Let's get back to the elements, to our HTML. You know, browsers are smart. They close all unclosed tags if you have forgotten one. Often this breaks your markup structure. That's why you can find an error easier in such a tab. Another valuable point is you can change your DOM elements, including its inner text, and add or remove attributes to it on the fly. In other words, you get a very convenient tool for live coding. Your styles, your CSS, also could be changed on the fly. Just change a property value and observe the result. It's so easy. You can add new properties or delete them. If preprocessors are used and source maps are generated, you can include them to see the original code. There are several ways to set a breakpoint. The first one is to click on a row number on the left side. You can add a breakpoint almost everywhere. The second one is to activate a breakpoint on an event listener. When an event occurs, script is stopped, and through the stack trace you can see a chain of calls. The third one is to use a DOM breakpoint. The script will be stopped once a DOM element or its property has been changed. The last option is to add a command debugger, just placing it into your code. Nice and easy. You can use Step Over option to review your code step by step. In this case, included functions will be executed immediately. If you need to dive deeper into this function and debug it step by step, you should use Step Into button. In case you need to step out to the parent function, press Step Out button. To observe the variables during debugging, you can call a watch instruction. Moreover, changes are highlighted and visible in the code. You can check the value of any variable by moving your mouse above it. You can also check the value of a dynamically calculated pointer, for instance a raise key. You need to select them, and here you are. When I select a condition, its evaluation is shown also. The same information you can find in the console. You can perform a search in the files, for example in the sources. Press Ask button and switch to search. Then enter your search query. That's it. If you have code which is concatenated and minified, it could be beautified by this sign. You also are able to change source code in order to verify an insight, then save it by pressing F2 and run again. It runs your changes. Isn't it amazing? Once I faced the following issue. With a variable regularity, the whole page got stuck for a while. Each 5 or 6 seconds, the screen freeze occurred. I couldn't find any reasons why. I had only several suspicions. I decided to rewrite a native function. I debugged it in Chrome DevTools because I didn't care much about Internet Explorer 8 browser or below, so I got this script. Instead of using the console log, I was able to set any variable. Also, at breakpoint, I could check a stack trace as well.
I think it's enough for today. If you are interested in this topic and eager to get more knowledge, feel free to subscribe Google Developers channel. You know, we are living in an amazing world. Step by step, JavaScript from an assembler for the web is turning into C or C++ for the web. I'm fascinated by our future. This is all for this week. Thanks for watching and dive deeper.